Okay, folks, so last week we finished our van build for the most part, and now the day has finally come that we can hit the road as full time van lifers. Join us this episode as we leave the wintry cold of Michigan and make our way down towards Florida. And we're going to be stopping off at some legendary locations to say the least. We're going to stop by Memphis and the iconic Sun Studios, and then we're going to drop down into Tupelo, Mississippi, birthplace of the Kang. Thank you very much. And then finally arrive at the Gulf of Mexico, if it hasn't changed to the Gulf of America by then, I don't know. But first, we have to backtrack to South Dakota so that we can register our van and get our South Dakota licenses so that we can become South Dakota residents. On the road again. Just wanna be on the road again.
Okay, we're finally leaving. It's 4:50 Wednesday.
We're supposed to leave by 12.
We're supposed to leave by 12, but it's alright. We did it.
Full-time van lifers now.
Full time. There's Jerry.
Our official full-time van life journey begins with a 16-hour backtrack across the Midwest to South Dakota so that we can finally be officially nomads.
We did it!
We did it. We got a South Dakota driver license. Now on to the DMV to get our registration. We're now South Dakotans.
Oh my god!
The van is South Dakota.
Chi-Chi's is South Dakota now.
This calls for a little bit of a celebration. Howdy. Deadwood once again.
It's colder this time. Cheers. Something drink after.
Oh, so I did it again. Let's go. Enjoying a pint in the Bullock Hotel in South Dakota. Now, with this mission complete and our new license and registration, we can finally start heading south. We are sick of the snow. We are sick of the cold. Get me out of this icebox, please. You might be able to see here that we're both getting over a cold and we're ready to get some vitamin D. Our plan is to drive all the way from Deadwood to Omaha, Nebraska. I think it's like 9.5 hours. Omaha, somewhere in America.
What are you doing? Alright. It's loading.
So we're gonna play the wager.
Yeah. We're gonna listen to the wager.
I am connected. Your Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
But it doesn't say here it is. Source.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. It is a miserable day in Deadwood today. We are going to be departing shortly. Bear with me. 5 minutes to take off. We are Omaha bound, and we are expecting a smooth ride. Please sit back, fasten your seatbelts, and give the person beside you a hand job. Alrighty then. We're out here. We made it to Omaha. We did some quick laundry, grabbed a coffee, took some footage of this cool mural on the side of an Irish bar. Today on our journey south, we're going to try and make it from Omaha, Nebraska to Springfield, Missouri. So, off we pop. At this point, we've been due south for about 12 hours total. Bit of coffee, bit of leftover soup, and it just seems that we can't get away from the fucking winter. Jesus Christ. Hi, Kitty. We ended up staying overnight in our first ever Cracker Barrel in Springfield, Missouri. And it wasn't snowing here until we arrived. But we're going to keep heading south. Next stop, Memphis, Tennessee. Walking in Memphis. We were walking in Memphis. First thing we did when we got to Memphis was look for some of that famous Memphis barbecue. Where are we going? Some barbecue? You can't come to Memphis without getting some
Maybe if you
barbecue.
send this one.
Huh?
Wait, cheers first.
What?
I just did it in the camera. Alright, I'm going for dry. This is the dry. So a lot of people have very split opinions on.
Dry or wet?
So I'm glad they do both.
Probably a wet boy.
Dry. It's smoky. Ooh, honey.
And of course, the main attraction for me was the legendary Sun Studios. To say this place is legendary is definitely an understatement. When you think about some of the artists that have recorded here, this is where Elvis Presley recorded his first ever single, That's Alright, and went on to change the face of music forever. Johnny Cash also recorded here, along with B.B. King, to name a few. You can imagine some of these guys in the early days before the fame maybe stand outside here having a cigarette, taking a break from the recording session. I'll have to come back and get a tour of the inside next time we come through. We spent the night at the Memphis Bass Pro Shop, the big pyramid one, and we went in and got a bite to eat in the morning before we continued south. We did stop by Graceland on the way out, but we didn't have time to go inside, so it's definitely still on the list. I don't know if you noticed, but it's a beautiful day today. It looks like we have finally escaped the winter. Next stop, Tupelo, Mississippi.
Have you ever met Miss Lindy? She's a gal with the bright red hair.
This is the hardware store where Elvis Presley bought his first guitar at age 11 in 1946. It remains largely unchanged and I think still belongs to the same family. You can go in and stand on the very same spot where Elvis Presley picked out his first guitar. I had to buy something from here and it ended up being something for the van, and believe me, I tell everybody who listen all about it. See this plug right here? This plug right here? I got this plug where Elvis bought his first guitar. And it goes in there just like that. And of course, we had to go visit Elvis's birth house, which is now a museum you can take a tour through. This is the very room that Elvis Presley was born in, January 8, 1935. Very humble beginnings for the king down here in Tupelo, Mississippi. I believe he lived in this house until he was 11, when the family up and moved to Memphis in search of a better life.
We came in on the tail end, so we didn't hear much.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all just put all your little blue tickets in the basket, and you're welcome to take pictures. And this is the 300 square foot house that Vernon Presley borrowed $180 from his employer to build. Vernon and his brother and his daddy built the house in 1934. People have donated things to help it look like it did when the Presleys were here. The fireplace in the living room and the wood burning stove here are original to the house. The only thing that the Presleys took with them when they moved to Memphis was this ice box. And before Vernon died, he brought it back. Elvis was born in the front row.
We stayed at this nice Veterans Park in Tupelo, really close to the Elvis house. And we made a bit of dinner before we take the final leg to Florida in the morning. This is what you call a doggy dish. That's why we put doggy biscuits in it.
It's like dog food.
A doggy dish.
But we're doing some Japanese curry tonight.
We're growing turkey because that's all we had.
Yep.
We got up the next morning to complete the last 7-hour trek. And before we knew it, we made it to Florida with apparently a whole new set of problems. We made it to Florida.
Sun is out. Feels so good. Might be a little too cold to get in the water.
It's like 64.
The day is gone. And sometimes I take a walk, but I forget about the clock. I can slow down. My guys are sitting laughing, but I just keep on laughing. They're knocking on my door, but I'm knocking them down.
Well, here we are. We made it to Florida after 3 months of hard Michigan winters. We arrived last night. Spent the day organizing the van here. We're in Panama City, Florida, and we're in St. Andrews
St. Andrews State Park.
State Park. It was $8 to get in, and you get to stay all day, use the showers, come down to the beach. And generally, just there's a gator lake. We went and walked around.
Yep, Mars had a bunch of hiking trails. You can also camp for the night. I think camp sites were $45 a night. But no, it's really nice. It's kind of away from the hustle and bustle of Panama City. If you've ever been here on spring break, you know it gets pretty wild, but in February it's really quiet, so it's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And it's only about 60 degrees, but the sun is shining.
Better than 25.
Yeah.
And that's all we have for this episode, folks. Drop us a like and follow as we circumnavigate Florida and hit up a few special locations.
Well,